Hi guys, this is a bank holiday brew day. This is the third brewing video from the Irish Home Brew. As you can see, I have my base malt. There you go, from the Home Brew Company. I have bags of Munich that I'm going to use. I have my head brewer, Kyle, on hand for the science experiment. I have water starting to boil. I have 31 litres of water and I'm hoping to get about 25 litres of worth out of that. Probably will get less. This is the system I'm using today. I got this off of a friend of mine for the Lind called Brian. I won't give his second name in case he doesn't want it to be given. It's a simple enough system. Two kegs cut open. There is a thermostat put in here, a tap here, and you have elements in there. Now I'm only using one of the elements. Then you have another keg, and there's kind of like a false bottom down there, and this is where it comes out. So what's going to happen is I'm going to boil up this. This is going to be opened. The malt is going to be put in with the water into there. It's going to be left for an hour, and that's basically it. And then the wort is going to be put back into this, and it is going to be boiled up for an hour. Oh, and that's another one of the head brewers. Say hello, Casey.
Hello.
Now, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Right, guys, as you can see, I've put tin foil just on the top here to keep in some heat, so I'm not using as much electricity or energy to boil up the water. I have the silver side down. It should reflect heat back into the water. In addition to my malt, couldn't show you there a few minutes ago over the kids, but that's the yeast I'm using. It is opened, but nothing was taken out of it. It was just opened by mistake. These are the hops that I'm going to use, so I'm just going to record that. The alpha acid is very low. Shouldn't be too bitter. Should be perfect for the lager that I'm going to make. And guys, once the water is boiled, I will get the camera out again and show you what I'm doing. But before that, as you can see, you probably can't see it moving up now, but that is getting warmer. It's not warm to the touch yet, but it's getting warmer, so that's a good sign. Hi guys, as you can see, the temperature is right up. I kind of walked away from it and now it's too hot, so I'm going to turn it off, wait for it to get down to about 80, and then add in my malt. It shouldn't take long now for this to come down, I hope, but just while it is, I want to just show you this little system. You have to lift this up and just push this in the right. Just leave the water come out like that, which isn't bad. I'm going to close it though because I don't want it at the moment. And that's basically what it is. I'm going to set up the tripod, however, so that you can see the proper workings of it. Okay, thank you. Right guys. We're at about 85 degrees, so I'm going to start. As you can see, all the steam coming off. 85 degrees here is about 185 Fahrenheit. For anyone who wanted to know. Going to release the tap. Not too fast, just fast enough. And I am going to slowly add in bit more difficult with one person. Real slow mixing together. There's no panic. Probably could do the water a little bit faster. It's all about adjusting. Okay. Have my wooden spoon. The reason we don't put in the malt first and then the water on top of it is that we don't want to get loads of malt in the bottom and have to agitate it in too much to wetsen it. There's no point in having clumps clumping up because you're not really going to get the wort out of it. Now that's looking quite good. At the bottom here, just making sure now. As you can see, it's just Easter time, it's Easter Monday, so that is handy for the protection of the tail. Right. The system isn't perfect, but it's quite good though. It's perfect for a home brewing. I'd love to be doing this actually out the front, out the back, on a nice warm day, but it's a bit cold out today. Holy. Now that's opened up to the limit. I think I put in a little bit too much malt, pumping up a little bit on me, so I'm just going to let the water add in as much as a good bit there. Yeah, and then the water left. So no panic. Right guys, can't really tilt this camera too much because it'll turn off, but this is what I can see, but looking good so far. Right, let's add in a bit more. every time you make a brew, you're actually, you know, you're following recipes and the whole lot, and it's the same as baking bread. If you don't follow the recipe or know exactly what you're doing, you're going to run into problems. This is also science. A lot of science went into understanding about all of these processes. I'm doing a level 8 science degree in brewing and distilling myself. Almost finished the first year. All I need to do at the moment now is just pass all the tests at the end of the year, I think, or close enough to it, and I should be grand. The water now is slowing down because the volume of it is getting lower, which will mean that the pressure isn't as high. The course I'm doing, we're doing a lot of chemistry and physics and biology as well. Now, of course, you could make an arbor with just the base mods. There's nothing saying you need to add in anything else. But for colours, it's nice to be able to add in something that's going to give it a good colour. So there's the Munich mod gone in, and of course you can use Munich or Vienna mods as a base mod. And give you a kind of an amber lager, which is nice. Oh, a little bit dust on myself. Just making sure now that there's no lumps. There's a couple in this, but I'm just kind of getting them out as I'm going. There's not many. You get them for putting in the mods quicker than you're putting in the water. But once you don't have too many, you can safely take them out. You can have to burn yourself, as I'm about to do, and put myself all wet.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright, I'll turn it off. Right guys, all my water is in, as you can see. Smells lovely. Just going to give it a bit of a mix. Brought my little hand. Now, that is beautiful. Just going to have to ask an assistant now to help me lift this up onto the table because gravity is our friend. Right, it's on the table. My assistant would not come on camera because she's in her pajamas. And I'm just going to put this underneath. And as you can see, the system has just been turned around. And I'm going to leave that an hour. And we'll put the wort back into the boiler. Right guys, it's been an hour. So what I'm going to do now is what's happening now is the grain is sitting and it's going to filter itself on lowering, and I'm just going to keep doing this as many times as I can until the wort runs clear. You don't need to do this. If you wanted a cloudy lager, you could just leave it run off in. But just try to keep it somewhat clear. Glass. Small.
Too big?
Glass. Well, that's the lager, just in glass, and as you can see, it's not really that clear yet. So I'm going to keep filtering it out for a while, and I will update you. Right, guys, hydrometer is in the glass, and that's about 50. Might be 48, but yeah, that's enough to give us a decent alcohol level. I'll do the calculations and let you know in a while what that should be. I think that the wort is clear enough, so I'm going to seems to be a bit of a leak, so this could take a long time. Just want to see if I can fix this, because I don't want to, because I want it to come out a bit more faster than this. Right, I've got quite a lot of works out of this. Most of it's out, as you can see here at the bottom, loads of grain. And while this is still coming out, and I'm just taking out a bit of grain and trying to get as much of the wort as possible out of this. I made the calculations out to be about close enough to 5%. It should be about 5% at the end, as water is evaporating off of the wort, so it's condensing it down a little bit, so I'm hoping to get about 5%. I'll be happy with that. If not, I'll add in a little bit of sugar just to bring it up, and just trying to get as much as possible out. You can't really see, yeah, you can barely see that dripping in. This is the second lot now I've done like this, and it's just to get the grain out of here, and I'm just dumping the grain. I have got loads and loads and loads of wort out. As you can see, there's nothing coming out, a drop or two here or there, and this is the grain. Still a little bit of work coming out, so I don't mind actually holding it. Get as much out as possible. Every last drop counts, because I might be doing a bit of a lager mead out of 5 litre, well, about 2.5 litres of this to be adding in water, but that won't be until it's all fermented. Gonna take probably the night to cool down, because I have to boil it. I'm gonna boil it now in the boiler. Leave that in. I'm gonna put in a wort flock tablets, as you can see. Going to leave us cool down then. Well, sorry, I'm gonna put in my hops and the wort flock tablet at the end, but I'll be showing you that there in a minute. Just trying to get the last dribbles out of this. A bit of patience is needed, but sure, why not? And I will see you in a minute. Right guys, we're at 90 degrees, about 45 minutes into the boil, and I have just put in my hops. I have hop leaves. You know, I said I'd give them a go instead of the pellets. So I'm going to leave them do their magic now for the next 15 minutes, thereabouts, and I'm going to try on the wort flock tablet after that. So the wort flock tablet has been added now. As you can see, that's it foaming up. It's foaming good. I'm going to see if I can. Can't get it. Oops. Maybe there it is. That's it. That is the wort flock tablet. Just going to put it back in, give a mix, and I'm just going to leave that do its own job. And what the wort flock tablet now is going to do is it's going to make all the proteins clump together for when the yeast are dying, and the yeast will catch all the proteins, and any bits then that's going to be left in it in the wort is going to be taken out as the yeast die and the alcohol is made. Yeah, and I can see the wort flock tablet, and it's still dissolving, and I'm going to leave that now for a while, and then we're going to come back and put the wort into the fermenter. Right guys, the job is done. All that's left to do now is put the wort into the fermenter. What I'm going to do though is, because the hops are in here, I am going to just siphon it out. I don't want any hops or anything, if I can help it, get into the fermenter. This is really clear. This is very clear. It looks nice. Of course, it's going to any sediment that is going to be in it is going to go down to the bottom, and it should clear a little bit more. Oxygen now is getting into this, but a bit of oxygen needs to get in for the yeast to start off. This is going to take a while, as you can see. There's not much, there's barely anything coming through. Probably because the hops now and whatever else has settled down at the end. Right guys, this is an amber lager I made good few weeks ago. It's the first time I opened it. Thought there would have been a better head, even though I did pour it very slow. Good bit of carbonation going on in there, and I'm going to actually take the camera off, and I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't really see this, but yeah, there's a lot of bubbles. This was my first ever all grain. I used Vienna as my base malt, hops and yeast, water, the usual, and it actually tastes quite nice, I have to say. Very, very happy with it. I think I'm going to have a few bottles of this tonight. Right, this is going in ridiculously slow. There must be something caught in the pipe. The water's too hot now to do anything to try. I'm just going to leave it trickle out like that. I'm going to go away and wait, and when it is finished I will show you the barrel, and I'll post everything up on YouTube. Right, we have 22 litres of wort at the moment. Should give me about 5.5% alcohol, I hope. That's the temperature at the moment. It's just over 50 degrees, way too hot for a yeast. I've done a bit of calculation about how much waste, or I don't know if waste, but water. 29% of my water was lost. Put in about 31 litres, I got 22. So yeah, about 29% lost. So it's just a 71% accuracy. It's not very good. I'm going to try and improve on that next time. I'm going to get a muslin bag and squeeze out the last bit of wort from the grain the next time. I'm going to do the same for the hops as well. I know a lot of water evaporated off as well, but I think I lost most of it in the grain, and I really need to improve on that, so that's what I'm going to do next time. I'm going to let everybody know how this went when I am drinking it at some stage, and thank you for watching.